Good afternoon and welcome to today's episode of NWCR's Removing Liberal Blindfold for this Friday, the second day of July in the year of our Lord 2021. And the insanity continues. The liberals of Michigan are at it again. From Flag and Cross comes this gem of stupidity. Michigan court rules that hurting liberals' feelings on Twitter is the same as terrorism. Yes, folks, it seems that we cannot hurt their feelings, but they can do it to us. So liberal feelings are tantamount to treason if you hurt them, but it is okay to hurt ours? Really? A Michigan court has ruled that hurting a liberal's feelings on social media is exactly the same thing as committing a terrorist act. I've been telling you folks for years now, the liberals are trying to take us out. This is just the next step. What is next if we don't stop this insanity? Jail? Hanging? And all I can do is shake my head on this. The case is part of an attack on a former student from Michigan's Lake Superior State University who was arrested for posting a photo of a rifle on a social media to which he added the caption saying that the gun was a snowflake melter. In January of last year, 20-year-old Lucas Gerhard posted the photo of his rifle to his social media account saying, "Taking this bad boy up. You ought to make the snowflakes melt and I mean snowflakes in the snow." Unquote. It wasn't long before a leftist fellow student complained to school authorities that she didn't feel safe because of the post. Soon enough, the campus police were demanding to search the student's college dorm room. Yet when Gerhard gave permission, they found no threatening weapons. While his social media comment is probably not a smart move, the police also found no indication whether that the student was a danger to anyone, meant to threaten anyone, or intended to use his rifle to hurt other students. But the campus police called the Sault Ste. Marie Police Department anyway to have Gerhard removed from the campus and claimed without proof that he threatened the lives of the student body. Worse, the state began prosecuting Gerhard, claiming that he was a terrorist. Despite a complete lack of any evidence proving their contention, prosecutors insisted that Gerhard meant to convey that melting snowflakes was a threat of a mass shooting. Meanwhile, Gerhard denied making any threats at all and said his social media post was just a joke. Now, if he was a liberal, that would work. The student's family set up a GoFundMe page to help defer costs for this malicious prosecution. The case has gotten worse because of an appeals court now has upheld the previous ruling that making jokes on the internet that are perceived as a threat is exactly the same as being a terrorist. Now lawmakers are trying to take action to change the law to defeat the court's moves to end both the First and the Second Amendments. State Representative John Riley, Republican of Lake Orion, is working on new legislation that would head off the court's interpretations of standing laws. Several spoke out in support of Riley's effort. Quote, "Last Friday, the Michigan Court of Appeals effectively revoked the First Amendment protection of every citizen in Michigan when it declared that your speech could be considered a criminal felony based not upon the content of your speech, but on how anyone, including any left-wing lunatic, chooses to interpret it." Unquote. And this was written by Adam DeAngeli of the Rescue Mission Coalition. Roseanne Punkowski, president of the Michigan Conservative Coalition, said, quote, "By judicial decree, the constitutional rights of all Michiganders are now in serious danger. Prosecutors can declare open season on anyone whose speech they disagree with. This is unconstitutional, immoral, and extremely dangerous in today's toxic political environment. There was a time when our courts and political leaders would vigorously defend the right of free speech, including speech they disagreed with. It is time to stand up for the rights of every Michigander to speak. unquote. Now we'll remove the liberal blindfold. It is like the last bit of the news article said. There was a time when our courts and political leaders of every party would vigorously defend the right of free speech, including speech they did not agree with. It is time for Americans to start standing up for the rights of everyone, or this nation is lost. And I'm afraid we may be almost too far already. And I am sure that most do not want that, but it is coming. From 2 Chronicles 10, verse 7, they replied, "If you will be kind to these people and please them and give them a favorable answer, they will always be your servants." The Democrats and a good portion of the Republicans have let power get to their heads, and they don't think like that anymore. They think they are in charge, and they can make the people do anything that they want, and the people will still support them. But that is not so true anymore. People are starting to wake up. No matter how much the politicians try to hide the Constitution and the meaning of the law of the land from the people, it is still being read, and it is being understood by the people. It's not that much reading if you decide to go out and read on it. And they are falling away from the servitude that the politicians have involved on the people for many generations. Until now, they pushed only as far as they could get away with. But now they are pushing overtime and not caring if the people like it or not. And the people are getting pretty ready to rise up and revolt. With Biden telling everyone that a revolution wouldn't work because the government has nukes and F-15s, I have seen so many jokes and comments by people and even signs in gun stores saying things like, quote, "If you want an F-15 or a nuke, they have to be ordered," unquote. The people still have a sense of humor, but pity the fool in Washington when that sense of humor disappears and the revolution begins. Thank you again for listening to us here at NWCR, where we strive hard to find the truth hidden by the lamestream lying liberal media, and as I will always say, we will not be ruled. We are heard through Conservative Nation Media, or CNM, from behind the silver microphone of freedom with the voice of reason in this increasingly unreasonable world, where America always wins. Please subscribe to my Rumble account under the name of NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold, and also my BitChute account too, with the same name. And now I am also on Brightian, where it says, "Refuse to be silenced. Free speech lives here. Join now." And there, the name of my videos is Removing the Liberal Blindfold. Subscribe, because I'm being shadow banned on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be putting my stuff on those two places. Thank you. We will be back again tomorrow with our first show for the weekend with Vincent Brown and Black by Color Only at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and our very own Uncle Bing Fisher with his show American by Design on Sunday evening, probably at 9. And on Monday is my next show, NWCR Radio at 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 Mountain Time. And I'll see you on Tuesday for the next daily update. So stay tuned and use your common sense. God bless you all.